Shloka 4:8-24. Maitreya uvacha evam sanjalpitam matur akarnyarthagamam vachah sanniyamyatmanatmanam nishchakrama pitupurat. Hare Krishna. So what is being spoken here? So Maitreya is saying evam sanjalpitam. So sanjalpa. Jalpa means to talk. Prajalpa means to talk those things which are not Krishna conscious. Usko prajalp kehte hain. So we should not do prajalpa. Talks which are not Krishna conscious talks. Sanjalpa means conversation. एक दूसरे के बीच में बातचीत करना. So evam salbal chanjalpital matur. The conversation after that he had with his mother. Akarneya. So he had heard it. He heard the conversation. Why he heard the conversation? Because artha agamamam vachaha. Because these were words, vachaha, vachan. Vachan means words. These words were, what kind of words? These words were artha agamam. That means they had artha, purpose. They were very good words. They were purposeful words. They were words which carried deep meaning. Yes. So similarly, this is how we should talk. Whenever we talk, we should not talk prajalpa. We should talk artha agamamam vacha. Whatever we speak should be with meaning. It is said better than talking nonsense is to keep quiet. Be silent. That is better than talking nonsense. But better than keeping quiet is to speak the truth. But better than speaking the truth is to speak the truth in a palatable manner, in a very sweet way. And best is to speak the absolute truth. So the words of Mother Suniti, her words were something which were filled with profound purpose. Artha agamamam vachana. And thus, what did Dhruva do? Dhruva understood, he was determined. Sanniyamya atmana atmanam. I need to develop self-control. So he developed a desire. He developed a deliberation that I will do some sanniyamya. Sanniyamya means to niyamit karunga, niyantrit karunga. I will control my senses. Yes, atmana atmanam. I will control my mind. Can you imagine a 5-year-old boy having such a determination? How the determination could come? This determination could come because of the wonderful preaching and teaching of Suniti. Just see, same Dhruva. Dhruva to wahi aadmi hai. Same boy, small boy, he's not Admi, he's a boy, Arbaka. Arbaka means a boy who is just 4 to 6 years old is called Arbaka. A small Arbaka, a small boy who is just about 4 to 6 years old, so average pakad ke 5 saal ka. His stepmother, Suruchi, brought out the worst of the same Dhruva. But Suniti, using her very, very good speech, using purposeful speech, brought out the best of Dhruva. So it is up to us if we bring out the worst of a person or we bring out the best of that person. हम उनमें अच्छाई लाते हैं बाहर या उनकी बुराई बाहर लाते हैं. This is in our hands and it all depends on the speech. What was the speech of Suruchi? What was Suruchi's speech? What kind of speech? Harsh speech, rude speech. On the other hand, what is the speech of Suniti? Purposeful speech, sweet speech. So basis on our speech, the way we talk, we bring out the qualities of the opposite person. The qualities of the opposite person depends on how we talk to them. Yes. So even this is actually you can call it as a parenting seminar also. It is the parents who bring out the best of the children. And it is we who bring out the best or the worst of the person who is opposite. Because अच्छाई बुराई दोनों में होती है. Both are there in a person. There is a good and bad dog in everybody. सबके अंदर. But which one are we bringing out? That is actually a function of our speech. What are we talking? हम किस तरीके से बात करते हैं? And thus she made Dhruva determined. That's what he is living his name. What is the meaning of Dhruva? The meaning of Dhruva is determination. See, in this entire universe, every planet is moving. Everything is moving. The sun is moving. The stars are moving. Everything is moving. Except one. What is that? Dhruva. Except Dhruva. everything is moving. Why? Because Dhruva is determined. One who doesn't move, so hilta nahi hai. So that kind of determination she brought out of Dhruva. Yes, and thus what did he do? Nishchakrama Pitu Purat. Pitu Purat means the city of the father or the house of the father. Puri means actually a house. It can also mean a city. It can also mean a house. Pitu Purat means Pitaji ka ghar. Nishchakrama. Nishchakrama means मैं यहाँ से निकल जाऊँ. I'll go out of this place. Can you imagine for a child to go out of his home? Get that determination. And where is he going? Is he going from one home to another home? One place to another palace? Where is he going to go? Bataiye? He's going to go to the forest. Because his mother said that Supreme Lord is available in forest. Chalo, to main forest ko chala jaunga. I'm going to forest. That was his determination. Yes. Hare Krishna. So for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, for all of us, forest means what? Forest means Vrindavan. Wahi one hum jante hain. So going to Vrindavan. So actually Dhruv Maharaj also goes to Madhuvan. Madhuvan is one of the 12 forests of Vrindavan. That is where he goes. So he goes there to take shelter of Srimati Radharani. Madhuvan, that is the place. It's an eternal abode of Lord. Correct? Even Prahlad Maharaj says the same thing to Hiranyakashipu. Atsadhu manye suravarya dehina sada samudvigna diyam asadgrihat hitvatma patam grihamanda kupam vanam gato yad harimashrayet. When one may jaiye father or Hari ka ashray lijiye. Vanam gato yat harimashrayet. So he also gives the same instruction, Prahlad, and go to forest. Correct? Okay, so Dhruva has left home. Now next what happens? Let's see. Naradastad upakarnya jatva tasya chikirshitam sprishtva murdnyaga gnena panina praha vismitah. Okay. So एक तो चीज क्लियर होगी. नारद बोल के कुछ आया है तो नारद मुनि की एंट्री. Probably something like that. So what has happened here? Narad tad upakarnya jatva. So Narada heard, where did he hear? Was Narada present when this entire episode happened? When Dhruv Maharaj's mother was talking to Dhruva, that time Narad Muni was present there? Narad wo present the kya? Nahi. Dhruva's mother, Dhruva's heart, there is super soul. Narada's heart also, there is super soul. The super soul in the heart of Narada told him everything. Paramatma ne kah diya unko. That's how he heard. He heard from Paramatma. Jatva tasya chikirshitam. So he thus got to know about Dhruva Maharaj. Tasya means Dhruva. Dhruva's chikirshitam means his activities. Or what all happened. Kya kya hua. Sab samajh mein aa gaya. I got to know everything. Jatva. He got full knowledge. And then what did he do? Yes, he approached Dhruva. He came to Dhruva. And what did he do? Sprishtva murdni agha gnena. Yes. He touched the boy with his head. That's how the saints give blessing. Yes, the saints with the hand, they touch the head. Sir ko chute hain. So murdni means head. Sprishtva, so he touched with his hand. Sparsh kiya. Or agha gnena. See, the hands of the saintly persons, they can drive away all the sins. The purpose for which the saints touch the head is let the sinful mentality be purified. Let this person be relieved of all the sins. So aise karke, for that purpose they touch the head. Yes. So let the sins go away. So paap nash ho jata hai just by touching the hand on the head. Agha gnena. Agha gnena. Agha means paap. Gnena means completely driven away. So by his hand, pranina and praha vismitah. Vismit matlab ekdam surprise hoke, ekdam आश्चर्यचकित होके प्राह. He spoke to Dhruva. So let us find out what is Narad Muni speaking to Dhruva Maharaj. Aho teja kshatriyanam manabhangam mamashratam balopi ayam hrida datte yat samatur sad asadvachah. So what is saying? Aho. Aho means what? Aho means surprise. In Sanskrit, aho means surprising. In Marathi, aho is the way the women address their husband. They call them out. Aho, aikla ka. Aho. But here, aho is different. Yes, in Sanskrit, aho bata. Or aho means, what a surprise. आश्चर्य होता है मुझे. That is called aho. Aho kashtam, aho anyayam. So aho means very aho bata, very surprising. So what he is saying, he is surprised. अहो तेज क्षत्रियाणाम, अरे क्या शक्ति है क्षत्रियों की, या फिर what kind of power is there of the kshatriyas. मानभंगम अमृष्यताम. अमृष्यताम means unable to tolerate. उनसे टॉलरेट नहीं होता. क्या टॉलरेट नहीं होता? मानभंगम. अरे कोई उनको ईगो को हर्ट करेगा, उनका मान को ठेस पहुंचेगा. If you somehow or the other belittle the kshatriyas, or you somehow or the other you try to destroy the prestige, or you try to bring down the prestige of Kshatriyas, Manabhangam, Amrishyatam, these people cannot tolerate that. और ये तो क्षत्रिय भी नहीं है. अब तक when a person becomes Kshatriya, yes, क्षत्रिय तब तक बनता नहीं जब तक कुछ खरोच नहीं लगे, कुछ निशान नहीं लगता, खून नहीं निकलता, तब तक क्षत्रिय नहीं बनता हो. या फिर शेर से लड़ता नहीं. A lot of things. From the weapons, the blood should ooze out. You should take first of all, you should be trained in weapons, and first bleeding should happen. खून निकला, अरे वाह, ये क्षत्रिय है. You fight with a tiger or lion, ये क्षत्रिय है. Or one is willing to risk his life to go on a war to protect dharma, वो क्षत्रिय है. But this boy, ये तो छोटा नन्ना मुन्ना बच्चा है, but still this fellow, ये छोटा बच्चा, बालोपी, he's a small kid, he's a tiny tot. But you see what kind of nature activity is ayam hridadatte yat samatur asadvachah. Samatur means stepmother. Samatur, matu is mother, samatur is stepmother. Asadvachah, asad matlab अच्छे durvakya, durukti. Yes, Suruchi did durukti. Yad, that has hridadatte, that has shattered its heart. पूरी तरह शैटर हो गया. Just look at this fellow. देखो, नन्ना मुन्ना बच्चा है, small tiny tot, but is not able. इतना बड़ा उसको लग गया, इतनी चोट पहुंच गई. अरे माँ है वो, step mother. See, in Vedic times, step mother also is mother only. Step mother is also seen as mother only. With same respect, one should see the step mother. So step mother ने जरा सा बोल दिया, इसको ठेस पहुंच गई. ये बंदा जो है, this Dhruva, he got hurt. His prestige got hurt. Just look at the Kshatriyas. And that's what for Kshatriyas, prestige is everything. So even Krishna, he speaks in the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, hey Arjun, you are planning, I will not fight Krishna. तुम्हें लगता है, you are imagining that, अरे what, कितना बड़ा त्याग कर रहा हूं मैं. I am performing such a big sacrifice. I am giving up the kingdom. I am not even fighting with my brothers. I am just going to forest. But what will others think about you, you know? वो समझेंगे, अरे डरपोक, you're a coward, you don't have a spine, you're a spineless coward who doesn't have guts. This is what people are going to call you. They're going to call you all ill names, and you will not be able to tolerate even a bit, because for Kshatriya, dishonor is worse than death. This Krishna himself says. अरे अर्जुन, तू नहीं झेल पाएगा, इतनी गाली पड़ेगी, you are not going to be able to tolerate all those galis. You think people will worship you, but people are going to pound on you left and right with all varieties of abusive language, calling you a coward. That in conclusion. So for Kshatriya, dishonor is worse than that. So even Dhruva Maharaj, although being a small boy, is exhibiting the nature of Kshatriya. Yes. So one thing they have is Ishvara Bhavana and Yuddhe Chapya Palayana. They don't run away from the battle. He's Kshatriya. जो युद्ध भूमि छोड़ के कभी भागता नहीं है. He will never run away from battle. At the same time, those people who have prestige, who have honor, उनका honor रहता है. Even Dasrath Maharaj, what do we say? Prestige, प्राण जाए पर वचन ना जाए. ये रघुकुल की रीति है. So this was a prestige they have. You can understand. मुनि और कहने वाले कुछ. नारद उवाच नाधुनापि अवमानं ते सम्मानं वापि पुत्रका लक्ष्यामः कुमारस्य सक्तस्य क्रीडनादिषु. What is saying? Narada Uvacha, Narada Muni is saying, hey, Balak, Putraka, hey mere putra, my dear boy, Please understand. Lakshamana Kumarasya. अरे तू जो है कुमारस्य, you are still in your Kumar Avastha. There are 3 stages. Kumar Avastha means from 0 to 5 years. It's called Kumar Avastha. From 6 to 10 years is called Pauganda Avastha. From 11 to 15 is called Kishore Avastha. Correct? Kishore Avastha. So he is telling, अरे you are in Kumar Avastha. लक्ष्यमाण हमारे, मैं देख सकता हूं, मैं देख रहा हूं भाई पुत्र का, हे बच्चे मैं देख रहा हूं, माय डियर सन. लक्ष्यमाण कुमारस्य, आई एम सीइंग दैट यू आर हार्डली 5 years old, यू आर अ स्मॉल बॉय. अरे एंड यू व्हाट काइंड ऑफ बॉय यू आर? सक्तस्य क्रीडनादिषु, यू आर स्टिल अटैच्ड टू गेम्स एंड स्पोर्ट्स. मतलब खेल कूद करने वाली उम्र है तुम्हारी. लाइक नाउ इन बीवाईसी वी हैव लेक्चर, 7 बजे आरती, 7:30 बजे लेक्चर, and some group of kids come every day. हमारे BYC के super little champs of BYC, they come and what do? They play. वो लेक्चर में बैठेंगे क्या? आप रे जिस दिन लेक्चर में बैठ जाएंगे मुझे शॉक लग जाएगा. They all just come play. They come, they play. They are there in kirtan. They dance in kirtan. They sing nicely. They sing Narsimha Arti also. They play, but they in the class time they go to play because that is their age. उनकी उम्र है खेलने कूदने की. So that's what he also says. सक्तस्य क्रीडनादिषु. अरे तू कौन सा ये सम्मानम वापी, ये मान सम्मान, ये सब बातें लेके क्यों बैठा है? Why is it that unnecessarily you are bothering about all these मान सम्मान and all this? You go and play, man. अरे जाके खेलो. खेलने कूदने की उम्र है, ये फॉरेस्ट जाने की उम्र नहीं है. This is not your age to do austerities and tapasya and coming to forest. Forest में 50 के बाद. This is what people even give argument to brahmacharis. When I joined, one of the arguments that came, hey, this is your life to enjoy, man. You're still young. You hale and healthy. You are, मतलब जवानी का जोश है, जवानी का खून है. You're supposed to have fun, enjoy, work, man. अरे तुम क्या ये साधु संत बन के जो है सन्यास वगैरह ग्रहण कर रहे हो? Why are you doing all this stuff? ये तो बाद में करने का टाइम, बाद में जब टाइम आएगा ना तो करेगा. आपको उम्र कितना है? What is your age? आप क्यों नहीं कर रहे? That's what happened. What happened? One brahmachari joined. One person joined the temple. One devotee joined the temple. His father came. His father came and ऐसा lecture दिया उन्होंने to the temple president. Said, hey, ये सब उम्र है क्या? ये सब गृहस्थी बसाने की उम्र है, कर्म करने की उम्र है. ये सन्यास सब बाद में करना चाहिए. बोले ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, बेटे को लेके जाओ, आप आ जाओ, ज्वाइन करो. बोला क्या डेंजर लोग हैं ये हरे कृष्ण वाले, क्या डेंजर लोग हैं. अरे मैं बेटे को लेने गया तो मेरे को खींच रहे लोग. बाप रे, तू रखो बेटे को, मैं जा रहा हूँ. कीप द सन, आई एम गोइंग. राइट? हरि बोल. So that's what he's saying. नाधुनापि अवमानम. अरे अभी ये इंसल्ट वगैरह क्यों देख रहे हो? Don't see all this stuff. This is your age to play. This is your age to enjoy. Yes, enjoy. So ordinary child also, he will not take, छोटे बच्चे को insult करते, he will not take it so seriously. But Dhruva was an extraordinary boy. Dhruva Maharaj had this Kshatriya spirit. It was there. He could not tolerate any kind of blemish, any kind of demeaning his prestige. He could not tolerate it. He didn't appreciate it. So this shows very clearly Dhruva Maharaj's Kshatriya nature of a Kshatriya he is. Yeah. Hari. So we understand that Dhruva is a Kshatriya, and that is, it proves he went fearlessly. थोड़ा भी भाई दिखा उसमें, अरे मम्मा फॉरेस्ट जाना है, तुम भी साथ में चलो ना, मेरे को बहुत डर लगता है अकेले. Did he ever say that? No. Mother told to go to forest, he went without any kind of fear of jackals and bears and tigers and snakes. गया, बिंदास गया. He just walked. This shows he's a Kshatriya. That spirit is there in Dhruva. Now this is very, very rare. Prabhupada said in Kali Yuga, Kalau Shudra Sambhava. Everybody Shudra in Kali Yuga. Right? Everybody Shudra. Cannot take risk. A person who cannot take risk is a Shudra. Brahmana takes risk of purity while preaching. He takes a risk of purity, life to preach. He goes and preaches the truth. If you associate with materialistic people, there is a high possibility of dipping of consciousness. But he does that. For what? He takes a risk to preach. That's a Brahmana. Kshatriya takes a risk of his life to protect Dharma. Vaishya takes a risk of money. Shudra doesn't take any risk. That's a characteristic. All right, we'd like to pause here and we will reconvene some other time. So 4828. वहां से हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. So thank you all very, very much for your brilliant participation in today's discussion. If there are any quick questions, 1-2 minutes I can take. Questions, your thoughts, your reflections, anything that you want to share. Why Dhruva doesn't move in the space provision? Because he pulls others. He controls the movement of all other stars and luminaries. Yes. That's why he doesn't move. वो खुद हिलेगा तो फिर कंट्रोल कैसे कर पाएगा? Correct. Anyone else? No? Take it. Hari bol. There's one question. Yes, Atish. I'll take meanwhile. How Suniti was sure that Dhruva will be successful if he goes to forest? Hari, good question. Suniti basically had complete conviction that if you approach the Lord will reciprocate. Ye yathavam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyam. And it's true. Even if we show the same determination, Krishna will also reciprocate. So she had confidence in the Lord, in the Lord's protection. She had confidence in the Lord's affection. And she had confidence in the Lord's devotion. And Dhruva was willing to pay the price. And if Dhruva is willing to pay the price, then definitely Dhruva will be successful. Before Dhruva, who would control the entire planetary system? Hari, good question. Actually, the system was already there. The Lord just made him in charge. System था भगवान का. भगवान ने बस सेवा उनको दे दिया. You take care. अगर कोई नहीं है तो भगवान को ही संभालना पड़ता है. Now, for example, there is BYC. No, suppose there is nobody to set up mic, setting up asan, yes, setting up for the lecture mats. Then who has to do? We only have to do. Another devotees who come for evening program, they beautifully arrange the entire setup. If they don't do, we have to do. कोई नहीं है तो हमें करना पड़ता है. If nobody is Brahma, then Krishna becomes Brahma. Nobody is Indra, Krishna becomes Indra. So before Dhruva, who is to do? Krishna himself is to do. Because as soon as Dhruva exhibited that controlling nature, नहीं मुझे कुछ करना है, I want a planet better. चलो भाई, thank you, ले लो ये सेवा ले लो मेरे से. तुम करो अभी. You do it. Yes. Like that. Last question by Priya Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम.
Yes.
प्रभु जी, ध्रुवा की पोजीशन भी चेंज होती रहती है क्या ब्रह्मा जी की पोजीशन जैसी?
वैसे हाँ. ध्रुवा की पोजीशन as he has to remain here till the end of universe at least.
फिर उनका क्या होता है प्रभु जी?
He controls for some time and goes back to God. क्या होती है मतलब whoever is in charge he will get the service. उसमें क्या है? कोई नहीं है, भगवान कर लेंगे. वैसे ही. No, Dhruv goes back to Godhead. We hear now. Dhruv Maharaj will go back to Godhead. सेवा खत्म करके will go back to Godhead. And actually the back to Godhead is the Vaikuntha planet. The Dhruva Lok is Vaikuntha Lok only. भगवान ने अपना ही planet बना दिया वहाँ पे. He made another Vaikuntha Lok for Dhruva because Dhruva wanted something more than Brahma Lok. So he goes to Vaikuntha Lok. The Dhruva planet right now is Vaikuntha Lok. And after that he'll go back to God. So Dhruv Maharaj is there. The pole star हम बोलते हैं ना. Dhruv Tara, pole star. That is his planet. The most shining planet. तो कोई और करेगा, कोई नहीं तो भगवान करेंगे. हमें टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं उसके. वो भगवान का हेडेक है, वो देखेंगे. हमें अपनी सेवा के बारे में सोचना चाहिए. We should think of ourselves. Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.